Okay, thank you, Chair. Good morning, everybody. Chair, I've got few apologies for members who are running late, but I'm gonna indicate the apologies of those who are not coming. Member Kunene is also running late. Member Ngubeni is attending another meeting. Member Lutwal is also attending another meeting, but he will come when he's done. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much, Victoria. And before we adopt the agenda for today, I want to give our members an opportunity to introduce themselves. And we can start from the left-hand side. Member Ngubeni is not, well, he can introduce himself when he comes. Oh, there he is, okay. Right, thank you.
Greetings everyone, my name is Frans Ngubeni, I'm a member of the committee.
Goeiemôre, good morning, Tobela, Dumela. My naam is Ramonda Abrams en ek is 'n lid van die komitee economics, dankie.
Good morning everyone, Dumelang kaofela. My name is Neville Dilebo, I'm the member of the committee.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Mike Moriarty. I'm a member of the Economic Development Committee. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. My name is Matsidiso Mfikwe. I am a member of the committee. Thank you.
Baie dankie voorsitter. Goeiemôre almal. My naam is Louisa Evans en ek is 'n trotse lid van die komitee. Baie dankie.
Good morning, everyone, on this very chilly day. I'm excited to see everyone here because it means you are serious about economic development, and that makes me glad. My name is Ayanda Ali. I'm a member of this committee.
Thank you very much, members. Baie dankie. My naam is Anton Alberts en ek is die voorsitter van die komitee. Right, so let's adopt the agenda, members. Member Fikwe.
Thank you, Chair. I move for adoption of the agenda.
Thank you very much.
I second.
Thank you, Member Moriarty. Right, so now we are ready. We can go over to the work. I want to hand over to what would have been the HOD, the head of department would have been here, but unfortunately has another meeting or another arrangements that he has to attend to. So we have DDG Nelena, is that right? Right, he's coming to the front. He will be leading the delegation from the department and provide you with all the information, and he will also call all the other speakers who's going to present on behalf of the department and its entities. Thank you very much. Just on a note on the translation services, you will see that we have translation services over there in the boxes. If you need anything to be translated, you can ask for a headphone, and you will also get a device that takes you to the various channels. And I just want to give you the channels. The channels that you will be using then will be as follows. Channel 2 on the device will be in Afrikaans. Channel 3 will be in Zulu and Xhosa. Channel 4 will be Sotho and Tswana. And channel 5 will be Venda and Tsonga. Right, so there's translation facilities for you as well if you do need that. You just put up your hand and then they will give you a device. Thank you very much, DDG. You may go ahead.
Thank you, Honorable Member Alberts. Good morning to the members of the committee. Good morning to the members of the community. We are here in full force, Chair. All the entities are represented. The presentation will be made by our CFO. She is ready to start. But thank you for welcoming us. I'll hand over to her now.
Good morning, Honorable Chairperson, honorable members of the Portfolio Committee. Good morning to the community, Khoyemore. My name is Buitumelo Mabusela. I am the Chief Financial Officer for the Department of Economic Development. I will take you through the presentation of the department, and post my presentation, the entities also have representatives who will obviously come forth to present on the entities' budgets. Before we go into the budget of the department, we thought it is important for us to just highlight what we have done for the local community and other areas around Eldorado Park. We've got a project in Eldorado Park which is for food beneficiaries, and that project has created 75 jobs in the area, and the amount that was spent there is 9,600. We also have SUR community project, which is also for the same food garden equipment tools that has benefited 40 people, and it has created 45 jobs. We've spent 43,490 rands on that. We also have the bakery under the project name Push Organization, which has benefited 300 people. It has not created any jobs. We have spent 14,000 rands on it. We've got also in Freedom Park, Sanko Njabulo Food Garden, which has benefited 31 people and has created 31 jobs. We have spent 74,000 rands on that. We also have projects that support SMMEs. In Eldorado Park, there's a support for the recycling economy, and this is done in partnership with PETCO, Gauteng Department of Environment, Pick It Up, and other secular economy role players. It's a recycling buyback center in Eldorado Park, which has been established, and the estimated value is 500,000. 12 outlets receive their business in a box investments in Eldorado Park. On average, 3 jobs were created per business, which totaled 36 jobs, and at a cost of 80,000 rand each, which together is just under R1 million. We've got a project in Klepspruit West, which is a complete bakery that was built for Shail Foundation, called, the bakery name is called Shail Bakery. And we have created 25 new jobs there, and the total value is 600,000. We've got the SID programs under automotive, agro-processing, furniture, and last mile delivery. We've put through a slide there that shows the number of people who are being supported through these projects. That's a big spreadsheet. I won't go through each number, but in total, we have impacted 72 people in this particular programs. We have recruited for the consumer champions. We have recruited 17 youth in partnership with TASES, which is one of our entities. These champions were recruited from Ward 17 and Ward 19. So the Gauteng Office of Consumer Affairs has implemented programs including workshops, exhibition, and stakeholder engagement, consumers, business, and members of the LGBT community in Eldorado Park. In terms of the Gauteng Liquor Board, the mandate of the entity is to regulate the retail sale and supply of liquor, including the issuing of licenses, to promote education and awareness, as well as monitor and enforce compliance with the Gauteng liquor industry. And in Eldorado Park, we have issued 32 liquor licenses to suitable outlets to date. We've conducted a youth empowerment and alcohol abuse awareness workshop for 65 participants, and we've conducted compliance monitoring inspections at the liquor outlets. We have also spent about 20,000 on refreshments for the youth workshops and the youth that has obviously participated in the workshops. In Freedom Park, we have issued 9 liquor licenses to suitable outlets to date, and we investigated and closed the Emazengeni Tavern following complaints from the community. We will now move to the Budget Vote 3 presentation for the department. This is the budget for 2025-2026, the first quarter. The department has spent 80% against the budget of 439 million. Obviously, this is just before the quarter ended, so we are hoping that by the end of the quarter, we would have pushed the budget spend closer to the 100% for the quarter. That translates into 21% spend in terms of the annual budget. The entities were allocated a budget of 1.2 billion for the financial year, which is 74% of the total budget allocated to the department. GGDA has been allocated 160 million towards the Ortia bulk installation for the 2025-26 financial year, and TASES has been allocated 70 million for the bulk infrastructure development phase 2 plus PSP project. JEB SMME support and financial loan spending, a total budget of 100 million has been allocated to JEB towards SMME, of which 60 million is for the recapitalization and 40 million is towards the SMME support. The total revenue collection for 2025-26 is estimated at 1.3 billion, for which GGB is projected to collect 1.31 billion and GLB 79 million. The GGB is Gauteng Gambling Board and GLB is Gauteng Liquor Board. Currently, the department for the year has got 9 projects on its procurement plan. To date, 8 projects are at the bid specification committee stage, and 1 project has not started. Now, this is the budget of the department, and it has been broken down into the administration, integrated economic development, trade and sector, and then the BRG, which is the economic planning, which has got 2 areas, policy and planning, and sector and industry development. In the first quarter, to date, the spend for administration is at 91%, for integrated economic development is 100%, trade and sector is at 72%, BRG at 73%, which gives us a total of 80% spent. And in terms of year to date, as I indicated, we are on 21% spent, obviously broken down into the specific areas. The next slide is the same information, just broken down into economic classification, where compensation of employees, we are sitting at 89% spent for the quarter and 23% year to date. Goods and services is 92% for the quarter, 9% year to date. And then transfers and subsidies, we are at 70% for the quarter and 22% year to date. And obviously the total spend come to the same percentage, which is 80% for the quarter and 21% year to date. Let us then move into the breakdown of the total allocation to the entities. GGDA is allocated 53% of the budget. Gauteng tourism is allocated 8%. JEP is allocated 23%. There is no allocation for gambling board. They are self-sufficient. TASES is allocated 10%, and Gauteng Liquor Board is allocated 6%, and the total allocation is 1.2 billion. The cash transfers to the entity as at 23 of June, we have transferred 20% already to GGDA, 30% to GTA, 24% to JEP, 100% to GGB, and TASES 22%, GLB 20%, then the total transfer, average transfer is 22%. I've already touched on the infrastructure allocation. In terms of the JEP SMME support allocation, the strategic partnerships, we've appropriated 10 million. The financial support, which are loans, is 20 million rands. Non-financial support is 10 million. And support to SMMEs, loan funding support is 60 million. We now move to the revenue collection of the department. We have collected on casino taxes 14%. In terms of the annual collection, we have collected 17% for horse racing, and for liquor licenses, we have collected 14%, and for sales of goods and services, 12%, and interest, dividends, and rent, 20%. The status of the procurement plan for the GDED group. These are the projects that I've indicated, that 8 of them are at BSc stage, and 1 project has not yet started. These are the details. I won't go through the details. This takes us to the end of our presentation. Thank you very much, members of the community and the portfolio committee.
Thank you very much. DDG, you can send the first person to present on behalf of the entities. Let me just see. Is the gambling board going to be first? Yes. Yeah. Right. Yes, we can arrange that. We'll talk afterwards. Thank you. GGD.
Then GGDA, JAB, and TASES in that order. The first one is the gambling board.
Right. Thank you very much.
Good morning, Honorable Chair and honorable members, colleagues and community. My name is Oscar Maripane. I'm from the Gauteng Gambling Board, and I'll be doing the presentation. So, the Gauteng Gambling Board, its mandate is to regulate gambling in the province, to issue licenses for gambling sites. Licenses like Gold Reef City will have been issued, and they are regulated by Gauteng Gambling Board. Part of the responsibility of the Gauteng Gambling Board is to collect provincial taxes that goes to the fiscus to assist with the government provincial priorities. So, as the CFO for GDED has already highlighted, we have collected almost more than $1 billion, 1.2, and we are budgeting to collect at least 1.4 billion in terms of taxes. We have about 7 casinos that we regulate. In Gauteng, 156 bookmakers, 12 bingos, and we also have 158 sites that have limited payout machines, the machines that normally you find in the pubs. So what has Gauteng Gambling Board done? We have done outreaches in Freedom Park, at Klipspruit. We have done women empowerment in Freedom Park, and we have around this area 2 bookmakers, World Sports Betting in Maponya and the casino around this site. What we also do, we do some community interventions. There have been construction of combination courts at Comprehensive School in Pimville, Soweto. We have done construction multi-purpose at Westbury and construction of multi-purpose at Tokomsras Township. Those are some of the projects that we do in assisting the community to develop sports. What Gauteng Gamble, as they've highlighted before, we don't get a grant, but we raise our own funds and get a commission for collecting taxes on behalf of the province. In 2025, part of how we collect the taxes is that we'll tax for sports betting, we'll tax for horse racing, we'll tax casinos 9% and bingos 12%, and that's how we raise the 1.2 and what we've budgeted 1.4 billion. And in that, we get a commission from each tax that we collect. Including that, we also charge applications and license fees and for the processing of the applications. I will go straight. So DGB's budget for the year, mainly because we are regulators, we deal mainly in overseeing and regulating. We have a budget of about 240 million. Out of that 240, 170 is relating to employee costs and related, and then 68 is for operations. And as well, we set aside about 6 million for infrastructure. For the community development, we normally set aside about 30 million, where we try and cover the 5 regions through projects that relates to combi courts or sports development in communities. Thanks, Chair.
Thank you very much, DDG. Next is GTA, Gauteng Tourism Authority. Thank you very much.
Good morning, Chair and members of the Portfolio Committee. Good morning to the community and members of the DED staff as well. My name is Elton Chiramang. I'm part of GTA and I'm presenting the budget on behalf of GTA. Gauteng, GTA is mandated to promote tourism within the province through various strategic events, whether we are doing it on behalf as GTA on its own, or we are partnering through other entities and other organizations within the government. I think this is the main reason for partnership currently is to maximize on the efficiencies within the budget constraints fiscus that we are currently experiencing. I think the CFO already presented the budget allocations on behalf of the whole entity. So we are currently committed to responsibly to set the tourism sector within developing guidelines and improving the tourist amenities within the community. Already there are a lot of initiatives that we are currently working on. I think one of the main initiatives that suits this community is B&Bs. We have a program where we are currently trying to increase awareness with regards to Airbnb in the township so that we can also tap into bringing tourists to experience the environment within the townships. GTA also attracts domestics and international tourists, as well as building strategic partnership with local and global tourism organizations to ensure aligned promotion of efforts. And additionally, GTA is a member of the key tourism body and provides financial support to approved tourism projects that stimulate sector development, which is like what I've mentioned with regards to the Airbnb project. The initiative is that once we bring in the guests or the tourism within the local environment, it has also what we call multiply effects within the community, so that everyone who also has initiatives that support tourism can also benefit within the value chain. The GTA currently is not allocated any specific budget for Eldorado Park, but have made provisions in the building of its market assets participation. I think here we are also referring to part of Program 1, where we are also dealing with support, where we also have targets that we need to fulfill with regards to the procurement spend. We've got a target that we also need to spend within women, procurement with regards to women and youth, and also disabilities. We have to spend a certain targeted amount within those local participating groups. So in terms of the programs, we currently have strategic support, which provides strategic support for effective implementation of the GTA's mandate and increasing public value and trust through improved governance and accountability. We also have destination marketing, which is to stimulate demand for the destination Gauteng tourism offerings and increase brand equity in domestic and international markets. We also have the bidding and hosting, which is to stimulate demand for destination Gauteng growth through identifying, attracting, and securing and hosting business events in the tourism and investment sector. And then we also have destination management and development, which is responsible for facilitating effective planning, development, and management of sustainable and thriving tourism sector within Gauteng province. In terms of our baseline allocation, we currently have an allocation of 100 million, and the projects that are ring-fenced, we currently have bidding and hosting, which is currently has been allocated 7 million. Destination marketing and promotion has been allocated 2.7 million. And Program 4, where it regards to tourism infrastructure, destination promotion, tourism supply function, and the Karankwa Hotel School, which is currently allocated 10.3 million. And Program 1 currently has a budget allocation of 80.4 million. And those are the current breakdown, which is audit fees and external audit fees, external audit fees and other goods and services. And then with Program 1, those are the current spend or proposed budget initiatives. And Chair, like I've indicated, Program 1 is mainly for support, and some of those expenditures proposed expenditures, we currently anticipate to spend those within those designated Kiodi targets, which is, like I've mentioned before, women, youth, and disabilities. And this is where we also encourage the communities where they've got projects that they want to be assisted to approach the organization for assistance, especially on women, youth, and disabilities, where you've got entities that are formalized, or that you want formalized, or that you want assistance to formalize. We encourage them to approach the GTA and other DED entities so that we can also help to support them. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much. Next presentation will be from the Gauteng Growth and Development Agency, GGDA. Is that right? Thank you.
Good morning, Honorable Chair, honorable members, and members of the community. My name is Mpho Baikis. I am the CFO at the Gauteng Growth and Development Agency. The Gauteng Growth and Development Agency is referred to as the GGDA, Chair, and it is made up of 5 entities. We have the GGDA Holdings, which is the holding company, and we've got 4 subsidiaries. Our subsidiaries are Cornhill, which is the constitutional hill. It is the Gauteng Industrial Development Zone, which is the GIDZ at Ekurhuleni by the airport. It is the Innovation Hub, referred to as TIH. It is in Linhood. It is the Automotive Industrial Development Center, which is the AIDC, that is in Silverton, in Tshwane. So, Chair, we've got 5 entities, 2 of whom are in Tshwane, 1 is in Ekurhuleni, and the 2 other entities are in the CBD in Johannesburg. Our offices are at number 124 Main Street by Carlton Center, and the Constitutional Hill is by the Constitutional Court in Braamfontein, Chair. So, Chair, if you look at firstly, the opportunity, the GGDA itself, what it is meant to achieve, it is investor attraction, ease of doing business, and investor facilitation, Chair. If we look at what we have, the investment pipeline into the Central Corridor from a trade and investment point of view, per sector, we have about 39 billion that has been facilitated and over 931 jobs in the 2024-2025 financial year, Chair. Chair, the Innovation Hub, as we said, although it is in Tshwane, we have what we refer to as ECASI labs. The ECASI labs are in townships, and the nearest ECASI lab from here is the one in Soweto by Baragwanath Hospital, in the industrial zone there by Baragwanath Hospital, Chair. And the Soweto industrial, the Soweto ECASI lab has hosted boot camps, information sessions, training, pitching sessions, and sessions at Simunye Opportunity Center, at Eldorado Opportunity Center, and Edenvale Civic Center, Chair. To date, a total of 10 companies have been recruited and provided with business development at these ECASI labs, Chairperson. Chairperson, what are the names of those entities? The entities' names are listed and all the description of the beneficiaries are listed, and as the community has mentioned, that they need a copy of the presentation which Chairperson will be made available with the list of all the entities that have been supported by our entity through ECASI Labs, Chairperson. At the Constitutional Hill, we've had the Cornhill opportunities in the creative industry and the tourism sector, because that is their mandate, Chair. The Creative Uprising Hub at the Constitutional Hill in Braamfontein, Chair, is a dynamic and supportive space located in that historic site of the Constitutional Hill, Chair. Chair, we have hosted the I Am Joburg event through the Constitutional Hill and other events that have been supporting the communities in the Central Corridor, Chair. Chair, the AIDC, although in Tshwane, it has supported the AIDC Youth Training Program and what we refer to as the TTC, which is the Automotive Trade Test Center, Chair. This is the automotive tests that provide opportunities apologies, through the artisan recognition of prior learning assessment that is being facilitated by the automotive training centers, Chair. Chair, what is our allocation? We are allocated in the 2025-26 financial year about 668 million, and of that, Chair, 446 is our discretionary allocation, and the development of the OSHA Precinct 2 bulk takes the majority of our allocation. As you can see, in the current financial year, it's about 160 million. It is the bulk installation by the airport and the industrial park infrastructure. We are allocated 22 million. The ECASI Labs, as I said, we've got 9 ECASI Labs. In total, we are allocated 25 million. And then the AXA rental, which is the rental with the Airport South Africa, because we've got an entity by the airport, is 8.2 million. And our project evaluation, which is our M&E, is 5.5 million, Chair. I've mentioned, Chair, the 668 million per economic classification. It is broken down with the COE being compensation of employees at 270 million, goods and services 183 million, capital projects 213 million. Chair, what do our entities get in this allocation? As I said, we are 5 entities. The GGDA Holdings allocation is 284 million. The Gauteng Industrial Development Zone, GIDZ, by the airport, it is 188,953,000. The Innovation Hub by Lenhood, it is 93,662,000. And the Automotive Industrial Development Center in Silverton, in Tshwane, it is 75 million, Chair. The Constitutional Hill Development Company in Braamfontein, it is 26,372,000. So of the 668, Chair, the allocation is split amongst the 5 entities based on their mandate as presented, Chairperson. Chair, that is the 2025-2026 GGDA group allocation as per our allocations.
Thank you very much for the presentation. The next will be the Gauteng Enterprise Propeller. Is that right? Thank you.
Good morning, Chair and the portfolio members. My name is Nasipo Kongwane. I'm the head of strategy at GEP. After me, the CFO will be presenting the budget side. I'll start by focusing on the opportunity side at GEP for the SMMEs of Eldorado Park and the surroundings. The Gauteng Enterprise Propeller, we know our mandate is there to support SMMEs in order for them to grow and improve their competitiveness through provision of finance and non-financial support. For SMMEs to qualify for support from the Gauteng Enterprise Propeller, it needs to be an SMME that is 51% owned, black owned, and it must be 100% South African business. Compliance is also very important for you to qualify for support at GEP, and also your business must show that it is viable. In terms of the loan funding support instruments, we are able to support the businesses with a startup finance when you are starting your business. And we also, if you are a youth-owned business, we are able to provide with you a blended youth fund, which is a 50% grant and 50% loan. It is up to the value of R1 million. And also, if you want to buy a franchise business, you can go to GEP. We provide you with a loan funding support if your business is proven to be viable and you can afford to pay back the loan. We also, if you've got an opportunity, there's a contract that you've been awarded and you are looking for a working capital, GEP through their contract finance facility, we can be able to provide you with a loan funding in order for you to be able to service and deliver on the contract or the purchase order that you have. Also, if you have established your business and you've identified that there are growth opportunities, but you need capital in order to ensure that you can grow your business, GEP will probably to provide for that. Also, if you want to purchase a commercial property, GEP can be able to provide you for loan funding for that. The maximum loan funding that you can get at GEP on average is about 5 million, even though we can go up to 10 million depending on the opportunity and the availability of your business. And then in terms of the business development support, which is the support that prepares your business to grow, to build your business, to be sustainable, and also the support that we provide for you sometimes to be ready for funding if you're not ready for funding. We've got also, can provide you with a grant funding for you to be able to do your business plans, marketing interventions, any other technical support that your business might need to grow or to be building your business. Also to comply with industry standards, we are able to provide you with support, and we've got packages on all those elements ranging from a maximum of 25,000, of a minimum of 25,000 to a maximum of 65,000 rand, depending on the package, on the support that you require from GEP. It is a grant support. You don't pay us back equipment that you need. But I think for all these packages, it is important to note that GEP will not provide you money to you as a business, but the money will be used to purchase whatever you require, whether it's as equipment or stock, or you are procuring services from a technical expert for implementing your quality management system, or you need someone to help you to draft for you a business plan that will be understood by the funding institutions. GEP will pay directly to that particular supplier, but the money will not come to you. For this community of Eldorado Park, then this section is going to show you the work that we've done to date, and also to indicate that GEP is accessible through our offices, which is in Marshalltown. We also got a satellite office that is in Maponya Mall, but also we have an online access as well. In terms of the loans funding support that has been provided to SMME in the Johannesburg Metro, 37 million was disbursed to 27 SMMEs, covering all the townships from Alex, Soweto, are part of that list. Also, the grant funding in terms of the TBR was provided to 70 township-based SMMEs, and those to the value of 2.7 million. And then I think the Eldorado Park, 5 SMMEs in this area were supported to the value of 241,005. Then also in terms of the business development support as well, there's SMMEs in Eldorado Park was also part of the beneficiaries to the value of 34,900, and the total value of 1.3 business development support were committed to 40 SMMEs in the Johannesburg Metro. Also, in terms of the grant support provided to informal traders, again, the 3 SMMEs from Eldorado Park were also part of that, and the value of that support was 15,000, and all the other townships around this area as well have benefited from that support. Then Tina will do the budget.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, the committee and the Eldorado community. Thank you. My name is Tinevimbo Gondo, the Acting Chief Financial Officer for JAP, and I'm presenting the budget for JAP for this financial year. And on the slides, I'm just showing a high-level outlook of the budget allocation for JAP over the past 3 years, 2 years, and 2025, which is our current year. And together with the next 2 financial years' budget allocation. And I'm quite happy to announce that during the current financial year, the shareholder, who is the Gauteng provincial government, has gave us additional funding of additional 100 million, which shows that additional 35% increase on our budget allocation, as presented on the slide, which I also enlighten on our next slides. And this is just to say, during the current year, the shareholder has injected an additional 100 million to support SMMEs, which are also South African owned, as presented by my general manager strategy. And this also shows that she also presented the progress to date, that we have disbursed almost 30 million to SMMEs in financial support loans, and this is to alleviate and grow most of SMME businesses within the Gauteng province. So the slide is now a detailed budget outline for Gauteng Enterprise Propeller, and it shows that we have actually our discretionary allocation of 121 million, which covers all other operational costs for the company. And on top of that, from what GM strategy is presented in terms of financial support loans, we have a original budget of 52 million, which is presented under 24-25-26 financial year. This is loan funding to SMMEs within Gauteng province, and also business. And also we have 15 million allocated to Youth Project Management Office. And in addition to that, we have the 100 million, which I presented earlier, which is additional funding to SMMEs around Gauteng for this financial year. And we also pray and hope that also in next financial years, the shareholder will understand and give us additional funding. And we plead to the community that this money is available, and also on provision that most of the people who get these loans should have clear credit record and be South African citizen. And yes, so this is a significant increase in budget during the current year, which the shareholders understood due to the economic challenges which are faced by most SMMEs, which are failing in terms of increasing their business. So the shareholder has allocated that. So we have a total of 152 million available for loan funding and business development support during this financial year, which also presented that we have already disbursed almost 30 million in financial support, and we still have another balance of 120 million to disburse to citizens who own businesses around Gauteng. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much. So next we have the Tshwane Special Economic Zone, is that right? Thank you.
Good morning, Chair and committee and community. We are pleased to be here this morning. My name is Bianca Kortenhoeven-Jagger from the Tshwane Automotive Special Economic Zone. We are, for all intents and purposes, you will must be asking why are we here? We are from the Tshwane area. We are located next to Ford in Silverton in the Tshwane area. But I think important for us for also being here today is as the new kid on the block for the department is that we are going into a second phase of our development. So we potentially, as we are sitting here, haven't done a lot of work in this community, or haven't done work in this community. Most of our work has been focused around the city of Tshwane area, but what we want to do and our CFO will also go into the budget is also obviously expand the programs moving forward. But what is our objective as the city of Tshwane? We are a special economic zone specifically there for the automotive environment. So in 2020 we were established to create strategic infrastructure for the automotive sector. You have all seen the Ford Ranger currently on the roads. That was a new launch that was done a couple of years ago. And the city of Tshwane, where we are in, the infrastructure that we've built is basically making components for the Ford Ranger. Not we ourselves, but the international investors, international companies and local companies has now moved into the infrastructure that we've built, and they are actually manufacturing parts for the Ford Ranger from the Special Economic Zone. That was our first aim, is to attract investment into this zone, the specific zone that's in the city of Tshwane. But we said, whilst we are doing that, we also need to uplift the surrounding community of the city of Tshwane. So for phase one, we focused a lot in the surrounding communities, the wards around the city of Tshwane. And the focus that we look at there is the job creation for the companies that sits in this zone. We plead them, we create social compact agreements for them to create jobs for the local communities. And through that, we've created more than 8,000 jobs, whether in construction or in the automotive sector. The second thing is that we said we needed to start uplifting the SMMEs in that communities as well. So we've done a lot of work and working together with the communities to do construction work for us, but also look at if there is automotive work that they can be doing for us. So going into the new phase or the next phase, we've built more than 81 hectares of land now. We've got more than 10 companies already situated. We're now moving into the next phase for the next financial year. We are starting construction of that phase. So our plead with this community is also to go onto the website. If you've got SMMEs, if you're in construction or if you're in the automotive sector and you are interested in opportunities, please knock on our door, as well as the Tshwane Auto City. Tazes on the website, and you can get more information there to see how you could potentially benefit or become a supplier into the Tshwane Auto City region as well. I'm going to also request, hand over quickly to my CFO. She will show you the budgets moving forward for the project from a TASA's point of view. But as I said, I think our objective and what we have achieved with the local communities in Tshwane is for the construction phase alone, we've done more than 30% procurement from the local surrounding communities, and moving forward, that's obviously still our target, to ensure that we do local procurement from the surrounding townships as well, and obviously the jobs that we create to make sure that we do have locals in those jobs. And in additional, going forward, we're also looking further with skills development and partnering with our agencies to look at skills development within the automotive sector. Thanks, Chair.
Good morning, Chairperson. Good morning, honorable members, community of Eldorado Park, and colleagues. My name is Rebecca Hlabatau. I am the Chief Financial Officer at Tshwane Automotive SEZ. I'll take the committee through the budget at a high level. As indicated earlier, we are one of the entities of the Gauteng Department of Economic Development. We are funded by the department. Per the CFO's presentation, we have been allocated 122 million, which is made up of 52 million for operational expenditure and 70 million for the infrastructure grant. The budget has been reducing over the years. This is as we are becoming self-sustainable and are able to raise funds through the rental of the facilities that have been rented through phase 1 and 1 developed. At a high level, our 230 million, which is a 43% increase. This is mainly due to our organization growing. We're only 4 or 5 years old, so we have been on a recruitment drive, attracting staff and also increasing our staff complement through the training academy, which it has been set up or developed to grow and empower the community where we operate. We also have goods and services that have increased by 14% from 299 million to 340 million. Again, this is the big part of this relates to infrastructure maintenance. With the plant having been about three years, in operation, we now need to maintain. Most of the parts are now out of warranty. Therefore, we need to keep the zone running. And the bulk of this is then allocated to SMMEs in the area, where they are then given responsibilities to maintain different components of the zone. We also have machinery and equipment. This is mainly for the training academy. And lastly, the GDET infrastructure, where for the year under review, we have been allocated 70 million. This is mainly due to for bulk infrastructure, internal bulk, and the PSP, as explained by the CFO earlier on. This would then be implemented in the phase 2 project that has started. There has been a downward trend in terms of the grants. This is as a result of the budget cuts that have been implemented across the board, but also to ensure that as the zone, we also become self-sustainable, and there should be less reliance on the government grant that are allocated by the department. Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you very much. I think we come now to the last presentation, which is a presentation on the Township Economic Development Act. Right, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we just ask for your patience. We're just trying to upload the presentation. It's quite an important one. It's about the Township Economic Development Act and how it's being implemented the whole province-wide, but also how it affects you as a community here in Eldorado Park. Thank you very much. Yes. Yes, let's... Right. Sure, I understand. Right, can I... Yes, we will give you opportunity.
Yeah, but we're giving you an opportunity now.
No, we're going to do it now.
Yeah.
Yes, now.
Please sit,
Not,
we are doing
not,
it now.
not now. Okay. Yes, we have heard you. We will do that. Yes. Can I ask the person who's got the roving Mike just to come stand here. And then every person who wants to ask a question, can you come stand in front and face the audience as well so that we can record?
Numbers 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. So I think, yeah, okay. It's okay if you stand here at the front. It's fine. Okay, let's go. So you may continue, yes. So I just want to ask that the DDG and the departmental team make notes so that they can answer these questions, please. So take note. We are not answering the questions. We do the oversight as a committee. The department must do that. So please take note. Thank you. You may continue. Bye, donkey.
Hi, everybody. My name is Petunia Bailey. I'm the Ward Committee member in the Portfolio of Economic Development for Ward 18. I'd like to clap hands for you guys, but I think this is just that you guys have to do this every year. It's on your budget. It has to be done. But this budget is not talking to Eldorado Park at all. There's nothing out. You mentioned the SMMEs that were given about 24,000. Where are they? Where are they? Supposed that it should be an, that person or those SMMEs should have been here to come and, to come and tell us we've gained it. Who are they? Who are they? The traders, well, we were told they got 5,000 rand. Who are they? Guys, that budget. And I'd like to know, has this budget been allocated already? Or is it still to be allocated? Because it's not talking to us. You're talking about infrastructure. There's no infrastructure. You know how many shopping centers we have in Eldorado Park? Ward 17 and 18? We have 2. We have 2. We have ShopRite and we have the one down here. That budget is, it's a mess. We need you guys to re-look at it, because who's talking to you guys about this budget? There wasn't participation, was there? No public participation. But you guys decided for us. This is what we're doing for Eldorado Park. There's nothing for Eldorado, not one. You're telling us about youth empowerment. Who are they? Where are the youth? Where are they? Where's the success stories? There's no success stories. Somebody said, no, you have to go to Aponia Mall. You've got to, where's our multi-purpose center where we can keep our money in Eldorado Park? We're taking our money out of Eldorado Park. Why? Why? Guys, that budget, don't come and fool us. Don't come and fool us. Take your budget back and re-look at it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So noted. The next person.
Good day, everyone. Good day, community. I'm Annabelle Duarte from the Empire Bus, a youth organization where we get marginalized. We're also South Africans. Why do we not get, why do we always get decline on application? We send applications upon applications and we get decline. Why? Our youth is dying out there every day, and we need opportunities for our youth. And you know it. That budget, I want to tell you, it's lies. That budget is 3 years ago, 2 years ago. Show me anything here for this financial year. That is a bunch of lies. You're not doing anything. We also South Africans. I want to cry. My heart is bleeding. We're also human beings. Yes. Our youth is dying. It is about time that you come in. I'm going to keep each and everybody. Mr. Chair, I'm going to keep you accountable. I hope this is not just another workshop where government come in, workshop upon workshop, and nothing gets done. We're also human beings. Thank you.
Thank you. We take note, and it's our job to do oversight over the department and its work, and there must be development taking place here as well. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. Listen, I'm here as a business owner. We as business owners don't have a foot to stand on. My business burned down in 2023. It wasn't due to negligence, it was due to ESCOM. I had to rebuild my house because I'm making business from my house. I had to use my money to do it, and I'm not the only person that is coming this over. We don't have anywhere to run to. We have to see to our own problems, although that problems wasn't created by us. There's a lot of small businesses in Eldorado Park that is busy dying because of the foreigners. We are the people that is struggling. Many businesses has closed down because we get no support. Whether it is financial support, whether it is educational support or anything, we have to work our own way. They say we're making too much money and I'm registered. So I have to ask legislator, where are we as business people that is making a living and having an income from that business? Where do we go to? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chairperson. My name is Sydney. I'm one of the community members here in Eldorado Park. My question is, why always come at the last stage to come and address us? You don't give us any correspondence. We have to hear by hearsay. And the other thing is that you keep on promise here in, promise here out. What is happening here in Eldorado Park? The foreigners that are having this spaza shops, and one of you guys always had to take the initiative to go around and ask the guy, listen here, where's your license? Who give you permission to trade in Eldorado Park? What is happening here in Eldorado Park? Our people are suffering, our people are dying. The reason is, you're talking about the economic upliftment in South Africa. Look how bad is our economy. See what is happening. We can't get jobs, we have to meet ends by borrowing money from the loan shark and all this. So where are you people to come and accommodate us? All I'm asking you is, you got a lot of old people here. Please, when you address us, speak their language. Praat suiwer Afrikaans, praat 'n taal wat ons mense kan verstaan. Don't come with your big English words and tell us, yeah, the budget is so, the budget is so, the budget is so. To who did you allocate the budget to? Where's the people that took the money? Where's the people that's supposed to come and help us? In the meantime, what are we doing? There's a meeting, we all rush, but in the meantime, we wasn't prepared. So all I'm asking is, see into the matter of the spaza shops, ask them, guys, do you have license to trade in every area? If they don't have license, close it down, ask the community member who are capable of running the show. And all I'm asking you is, please, don't let this be the last that we see your faces. We don't put it every yearly, put it every month, so that we can have a feedback from you guys, and you guys get a feedback from us. Thank you.
Reg, baie dankie. Neem kennis, ons sal aan die einde van die verrigtinge vir julle kontakbesonderhede gee, dat ons in kontak bly met mekaar. Goed? Dis reg. Dankie mevrou.
Good morning, goeiemôre. Ek bly al 45 jaar in Eldorado Park en ek is oorspronklik van Kaapstad. But hier is so baie wag, ek eers praat oor die verrigtinge van vanoggend. When I came in, I thought it was well planned, or so I thought. But I'm actually a bit disappointed. And I became frustrated as I sat there. Because each and every presenter, they try their utmost best. But this is not a way to operate. Sorry for putting you people right. But the thing is, not one of these people, you're sitting here, and me included. We are all, I'm talking on behalf of myself also now. I'm very educated, very much educated, but the thing is this, my IQ, ek is nie so, julle weet wat is IQ, in Afrikaans is het intelligentie quotient, is nie so hoog nie. Dat ek alles sal onthou wat julle gesê het nie. So who come nie na Mr. Chairperson, I'm specifically referring to you, why didn't you open the board and say, okay, each and every presenter, after that, there must be a question and answer session. Nobody almal moet aframmel. They must all tell you about the expenditure of what, how they spent it and where is it going to and this and that and this and that. En yet, daar wordt net aangepraat en niemand kan vra en antwoord nie. Dat is die eerste ding. En tweede ding, ek kom met die dame wat nou hier gewees het, toe stap ek uit. Sy kom hier van Swane af, sy vertel ons wat in Swane gedoen is en die en die, maar niks van City of Johannesburg, niks van Eldorado pakkie. Ja, ek weet, Swane val onder Gauteng legislator, but wat van Johannesburg? So, en ons word verteenwoordig, ons val onder Johannesburg en Soweto. So, hoekom kom sy van Swane, van sy vertel ons van Swane, waar val ons in? Ek wil dit weet. En tweede ding, wil ek ook weet, hoekom meeste mense van hier, hulle vertel vir ons daar, die een dame het gesê van, sy is in, hulle offices in Marshalltown. I need to know where in Marshalltown. Ek wil nie net weet, they are in Marshalltown nie, and why are many of these things, where there no satellite offices in Eldorado Park? Yes. And also, you say that you're doing a lot for the community of Eldorado Park. I need specific names and places, because believe me, some of them, I do recognize the names and so forth, but they're not doing the work. I'm sorry, I can tell you, I can give you names. They got maybe funding from you, but they're not doing the work that they're supposed to be doing. If you want to speak to me afterwards, and you want me to tell you of those names, disclose those names today, I will do that. Thank you so much. Will you have another question and answer session? Maybe, Mr. Chairman? Because I might have other questions also. Thank you so much.
We will have a second round. This is just the first round, because remember, there's still a presentation that needs to be made.
Yes, but after each presentation, can they not have a question and answer session then, and not wait for the whole thing to be finished? That is what I was asking the lady, specifically in the red. Can we not have that? Niemand het so brein om alles te onthou nie. Nie eens nie meneer. I'm not trying to disrespect you, but I'm saying not even you has got that.
Ek verstaan wat jy sê, ja.
Dankie,
100%.
baie dankie.
Baie dankie.
Kaites, I'm greeting you in my indigenous language. That's good morning in Khoisan. Kaites. So, Chairperson, all protocol observed. My one and very first concern is that we did not open this meeting with a prayer. Ons het nie gebid nie. We always ask the Almighty, the Holy Spirit, to be in this place. We did not do that. The second thing, Chairperson, is that we've sat down there, we listened to the presentation, the screen is so small, our people at the back cannot even see there, and yet we don't have any hard copies with us. It would have been better if we had hard copies, then we follow the presenters. I don't want to repeat what everybody else was saying here, that we were purposely excluded from the 2025-2026 budget. That's purpose exclusion. But I want to echo the one lady that says, that asked you a question, are we also not South Africans? From my indigenous cultural narrative that I'm looking at things, we are looking realistic at things. Chairperson, you are not a white person. This is the color white. There cannot be white people. Neither can there be black people, because this is the color black. We cannot purposely categorize and classify human beings because of the pigmentation of their skin. We're all South Africans. And we must all abide to the Constitution. Die grondwet wat vir ieder en elkeen daar gesit is. We have a constitution to obey. And as far as the last time I looked at the constitution, it was fair and there was equality in it. But that is not what we're experiencing here. In fact,
This is not what we're experiencing in every so-called colored and Khoisan community. I'm speaking on behalf of all the colored communities who are being purposely excluded from your portfolio, economic development. Your portfolio is not talking to us. So why would you come here and present something that is not talking to us? Or it's just another tick in that box that you must have? Is it another tick? So we cannot be used. Our names that you wrote on that attendance register are going to put there as evidence that you've been in Eldorado Park. That you came to make more promises. The lady said here earlier, we have to keep you accountable. And Chairperson, with all due respect, before you leave here, let us have the name, surname, email address of everybody that's sitting here. Amal wat hier sit, please, we request you to, your email, your contact details, and we would like to have a presentation of all the presentations. Chairperson, I want to thank you for coming out here. And I'm saying this with respect. Let us treat each other as South Africans. You found my ancestors here. My ancestors were very hospitable. They welcomed everybody into the land. And yet, the very same people that you found here, you are marginalizing, oppressing, and discriminating against us. Amasi, it means power. Amandla. Kaikangans, it means thank you very much. Amase!
Baie dankie. Ek kan net sê, die komiteelede het almal besluit, ons gaan al die breingebiede besoek in Gauteng. Ons is klaar by Eersterus gewees, julle is die tweede, en ons is hier om juist te luister na wat julle sê. Goed, so ons is nie hier om dowe neete nie. Die komitee kan elders ook gegaan het, maar ons het besluit, ons kom vir julle luister vandag. Goed. Baie dankie. Nee, ek jammer meneer, ek met orde handhaaf asseblief, geef asseblief vir die meneer 'n geleentheid, dankie.
Thank you. I am Morapedi from Region G. I was actually listening to the presentations, but I was lost. I felt like the presentation was supposed to be in legislature, because I thought that, it's going to be relevant to us as community. So, but I didn't hear anything. I thought like at some point that I'm in Pretoria or legislature. Okay, with regards to the budget, normally when you talk about the budget, it should be activity-based budgeting. You will never talk about the budget, whereas you don't see the objectives that you are trying to achieve. So hence you have like your strategic plan and your annual plan. So it was only the budget. You are budgeting, but what is it that you are trying to achieve? And even if when you show the budget and your plan, the emphasis should be to the community. The community should see themselves in that budget, you see. So there should be that emphasis that this is the budget, and then this is what we are planning for you in Region G or Eldos or wherever. And again, the budget should be, it should not just be the budget. There should be a risk assessment as well. If you have objective, so obviously you must also identify the things that are going to hinder that achievement of a budget. So it seems as if there was just a budget that is allocated, and then there was no work that have been done to say that, but what can go wrong? Because there should be those risk assessment, and again, there should be a mitigating plan to say that, guys, it seems as if this and this we are not going to achieve, and then, but this is the plan. Because remember, the plan can also be funded. You see, so the budget is just hanging there. There's no risk assessment. And again, there's no performance plan. Because again, the other thing, you are in Q1, quarter one, then there should be also performance information to say that, okay, we're planning to do this, and then, but we have achieved maybe so much. So much have not yet been achieved. And again, there should be a plan again to say that to achieve this in future, this is what we are going to do. So we didn't see that. And when I'm talking about the performance plan as well, I mean the performance report, again, it should also highlight, it should flag the region or the area that you are in. So I think that's the concern, because I think the approach that was followed here, it's more of a textbook approach. If we can take your last year presentation and this year, it seems as if like we are changing the figures, because there's allocation, we are changing the figures. And I was also disappointed when I was looking at the group. In presentation, it's just that we don't have that information. So, okay, I've heard that they said it's 80% that have been spent. I don't know why. That have been paid. So obviously there are resources that are working. And again, there's no a justifiable reason as to say, okay, but this is the reason why this one was not spent. You see, because, I mean, that money could have been used elsewhere. But then it was there, and then it was not utilized. So probably as we go, then there's something that we can. And the last thing, as I close, the opportunities also, they should be, I thought maybe I will see something on the opportunities. Like, this is economic development. To say, okay, this is also our procurement plan. Do you get what I'm saying? So you also see that, okay, in terms of planning as the community, okay, but at least there's something that is planned for us. And lastly, this is economic development, but it seems as if you are reactionary. Like, I mean, there's nothing proactive to say that, okay, we have like the youth that is, the graduates that doesn't have any knowledge with business. So what is it that you do with such people? You are actually waiting. If you look at Gauteng Propeller, they say that if you have a business, then you must comply. What is it that you make sure that people are complying? Why do you take a burden? Why can't you develop people instead? You wait people to come up with some stuff, and then there's nothing that you do on your side. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So noted.
Good afternoon, Chair. Good afternoon, everyone present. I'm just going to be short and sweet, as it is Youth Month, Mr. Chair. I would just like you to confirm for me what is our youth unemployment rate for me. Can you just confirm for me, Mr. Chair?
The youth unemployment rate?
Yes, currently as we're speaking.
Where? In Eldorado Park?
Okay, let's say, okay, you
Nationally,
won't have the stats now
nationally is very high.
Specifically, but okay, right. Let us focus on the holistically. Okay, let's say nationally in South Africa, what is our youth unemployment rate? Can I just get a confirmation, Mr. Chair? However, can you just tell me what is the youth unemployment rate?
No, you must ask your question.
Okay,
we all
thank
know it's
you.
very high.
No, thank you. I just wanted to make emphasis around, and it's a big concern for me, you know, as from government, and there's a big lack from government to get our youth skilled, because we are the future. We are the future of tomorrow. So how does the government expect this country to go from point A to point B, and not from point A to point that way to the sea. I don't know where to, because that is what actually what we are doing. So my main focus is, can the economic development have more focus on the youth and developing in skills? I think that would really be benefit us from that. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you very much.
Yes, to add on Stefan's thing, we Eldorado Park, for colors it's 1% for employment, right? So when we go apply and we come from Eldorado Park, like, now you're from Eldos, the crime rate, this and that. Can't you just help us with this? We've been calling for help about the shooting that's going on in Eldorado Park. Can't you just get someone to come up and help us with the shooting that's going on? It's hard for us to go get jobs. Like I said, it's 1% as a colored person. So when you go apply, they're like, oh, you're from Eldorado Park, you are criminal, and then we do not get jobs. You said you'll have programs for us, but we don't know the programs as youth. We apply, but we do not get the response. We've been trying, and then you're like, yeah, you don't want to work. Colored people don't want to work. Colored people want to steal. They want to shoot people. But we've been crying as the community. Please come up and help us with the shooting that's going on, because it's also bringing us down when we go apply. Because like when they ask you where you're from Eldorado Park. Oh, you're coming to come shoot us, because we all fall under that, like we shooters. So I just want to ask, just come out and help us to uplift our community. Even if you go to the parks, we don't have parks anymore for kids to go play. It's all damaged. Like there's no upliftment in Eldorado Park and programs. They all say there are programs, but majority of us, we do not know the programs. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good morning. My name is Godfrey. I'm from Ward 7, Enderdale. All protocol observed, Mr. Chair, all the presenters that presented here today. Firstly, I want to thank you for bringing this program to Eldorado Park. Then I also want to ask from the panel here, do any of you guys know where's Ward 7, Enderdale? I know Comrade Matsidiso knows, yes, she knows. But I just want to bring this to your attention. I don't think anyone is budgeted for Enderdale. I didn't see anything for Enderdale. And that is a big concern for us as a community. I also want to let you guys know that we don't have a skill center in Enderdale. We have 2 soccer stadiums that is being demolished. There's nothing left. We have a swimming pool that we didn't swim in for 10 years. There's absolutely nothing happening in Enderdale. It is actually very sad to see that people has come here today and they haven't thought about Enderdale. It is very, very sad because we have our young people sitting on the corners. There's no future for them. So I would like you people to take Enderdale in consideration. I've heard through Mr. Chair saying there that you are here to listen. But I want to understand that if you're saying you are here to listen, but you are already presenting a budget. So how will we get into that budget, to put Enderdale into that budget? The other thing that I want to ask from you is, when you come to Enderdale, I don't know if you're coming to visit Enderdale. When you come to Enderdale, I want to know the SMMEs that you say there's benefited from Enderdale. Can you invite them to the meeting so you can see who is the people who benefited from there, and did they do the work with the money that you have presented to them? The other one I want to see is there's a whole lot of dumping spots, illegal dumping spots in Enderdale. I've heard from the member from the Gauteng Liquor Board that there's combi courts and all those things that is being built in our communities. I didn't see it in Enderdale. So can we prioritize our illegal dumping spots and maybe put some combi courts in there? or a veggie gardens for our community. What's the other one? Yeah, I hope this is not a talk shop where we just always see government people coming and just presenting something and there's no implementation of the promises that you have made. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much.
Sorry, I just wanted to say something. I'm a baby of GEP, Gauteng Propeller. They sponsored me 2013. And when I went to them, when the shop burned down, I gave them all the details and everything, even the photos and stuff. They said they cannot help me because they cannot help a person twice. I just wanted to mention that Gauteng Propeller has already helped me and they say they can't help again. Thank you.
Thank you. Just sorry, sir. The gentleman at the back, that's the last person for now, because we've got to go on with the presentation and then we'll open again for you to ask questions. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Chair. Good afternoon, community. My name is Alan Felix from Klipspruit West. I just want to mention something. Is Tshwane Automotive here? Are Tshwane Automotive still here? Okay. I just want to mention something. I went to Salet. Salet is in Durban and Moy Street corner. They're only suppliers of the Salet bench that can pull your car to its original standard. They're the best in the world from France. I was at that workshop in 2011. And we were trained on the bench and everything. I applied for a company, a shop, everything, in Eldorado Park to rebuild the cars to its original standard. They give you the module, they give you everything that goes with it. But people, there was no one to help us. I even approached President Ramaphosa for funding. He did reply back to me in 2019, 2020, and he said to me, I must go and get some funding. But the red tape people, there's a job. If you look at all the companies and all the factories, all the manufacturers, in Tshwane, in PE, wherever, how much work is on a car? We can all work. All of us sitting here, even in the whole atmosphere of the West Rand. But please, people, please, Chairman, please, Tshwane Automotive, help us to establish this. We've got the know-how, we've got the learnerships, we've got everything, but we don't have the funding. Can you guide us through this? I can submit everything I have so far from 2019 to build this in South Africa, to build this actually in Eldorado Park. And we will have jobs. How many cars are there on our roads? And we can rebuild them to its original standard. It won't be, people, it won't be a car that can, if you enter into the next collision, it will bend or just cut and joint. We don't do cut and joints. Where it's been jointed at PE or in Tshwane, it will be joined there as well. It will show. It will show, definitely. It's safe for our roads in this country. God bless. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Chair, good morning. The House at large. Good morning. My name is Sylvester Awagamabuya. I'm from the company called Bagahlabana Consortium. Chair, I don't know where to start because the presentation after presentation, in the process, we lose track. Chair, my first point is coming to one of the entities that presented earlier, which is the Gambling Board. We I believe that it was long prepared and it was there into the Gazette that 22 days or so that preparation should be done if we are going to present into the community. If you have worked for the community, at least there should be a community stake engagement. You need to know your success stories. You need to know the lesson learned and how you balance the equation. And then you need to go back to your SWOT analysis and say, for our people in the community of Eldorado Park or Klipspruit or White City or in deep down around areas, what is it that impact that we are putting for them? Skills development within the benefits that we are getting as the people. I'm talking about a gambling board because there is something painful about it, structurally, as it is till today. The paining part of it is that it sits in the most poor of the poorest. And everyone that comes out from either Nigeria, Malawi, they are the ones that are running this big running of gambling. And yet our people are not benefiting from it. I was so disappointed to get the presentation whereby there was no feasibilities then that are showing the stats that are saying that these are the buildings that we did in PMville. These are the constructions that we did for the sports. I don't remember that presentation giving us the names of those sports facilities that they developed in order to empower the communities. And nor of in talking about how long did the project take. And it was not talking to the community, it was talking for the presentation. I think it was for administration purposes. Apologies if that's offending my leadership. But therefore, after, I also learned that in us trying to get into the point, most of the speakers have spoken that other presentations are not talking to us as the community people. Chair, you would understand where I'm coming from if I say to you, Chair, that we as the communities, we need more empowerment and skills development that are going to channel us to put us at the par to be able to facilitate and engage the departments into the right way. That, Chair, it will be done by entities to bring community engagement programs, empower communities into our sites to say, these are the skills that we are having, this is how we want to do artisan, so that we are looking at where to supply and support our youth so that they can be able to be part of developing parts of the programs. For instance, I'll go back to Gambling Board. Most of the people that are running these shows are not South Africans. The major question legally that I'm very quiet want to present to you, Chair, is that as the portfolio committee, we know about the 5 million investments from the foreigners. But who's accountable for that part? To say, if these people are going to open businesses in South Africa, they must invest 5 million so that they invest back to the communities. That is not being happening, Chair. And it is a very critical point so that we are not getting empowered as the communities. And tomorrow when we wake up, Menier Johnson's puzzle shop will be closed because there was no injection of community empowerment in the township economic development. And there's no follow-ups into that sector, my Chair. In closing, we should also give respect and say thank you to the ones that have really contrite and contribute to our site. One of the entities that we definitely, at times we find only mistakes with them, but we do not say to them, thank you for holding our hands at times of need. We rather give an example as one of the entities, which is, GEP. Chair, anyone would come and say they did not work. But let us be honest as the people, the community and the citizens. If you're not committed to follow the processes, and what is there so that they can be able to assist you, how would they help you if you don't have compliance? Let us all be committed to follow the steps that are needed. We could give successful stories. Yes, they cannot assist us for the second time because there are thousands of us into their queue, and that needs support, and that needs help. Programs are running, but are we also contributing towards them and saying, this is my company, let's come back and say, for the example that you gave me in the last 5 years, this is where I managed to stay, because they gave us a startup to say, today here I am, and I'm standing in front of you. As the community, that's our responsibility. Besides us pushing and blaming, let us come back and say, this is us. As I've mentioned earlier that my name is Sylvester Mabuya from the company Vagatlabana Consortium, I will not be here today to present if it was not because of GEP. I was confused in business. They skilled me. They showed me where to start and standing. And because of commitment, the one thing that they requested me is that be committed and follow the processes will definitely hold you by hand. And today, we are much more better people with the small trainings that they've given us. And they've showed us that there is a big world outside there in the business fraternity. In closing, Chair, my concern is most of the presentations are not hitting home. None of them is hitting home. As I'm saying, they look to be strategic presentations, and at the very worst, one of the CFO was presenting, her voice was shaking like something was not true. I'll leave that outside. But at the very same concept, we need engagements that will come to us and that will link us as a young people, and that will make us to be part of the PROS program. If Eldorado Park is here, if someone's going to come and develop a program, let them run projects ward by ward and try and get communities to be part of those processes. Plenary must be one of those things. We are tired of pamphlet information, whereby they give us information today just for benefiting of their compliance. That's not the work. We need plenary. Let people plan with us as the communities. We need to be part of the plenary. We need to be part of growth. But if the government is there and we are here and they tell us about the middle people, we don't want middle people. We are tired of them. Because only few people are benefiting. And then the truth is, the people that are benefiting are the ones that are getting the information from the government. That day, when they get down, they go and call Mchana and say, Mchana, come, Mrs. So-and-so is giving out this kind of these things. Mrs. So-and-so, this is the compliance that they need to have, and then this is the mandate that they need to have. Because of they have paperwork, and they get the mandate. And then Mchana is being given, I don't want to call names, but the names are just going to show themselves into that concept. It's because of we, as the communities, we are quiet and we are scared because we are being intimidated by the big language and big English. Yeah, and when I walk in and I speak my home language, someone just looks at me as if like I'm crazy or I'm not intelligent. Yes, I'm not scared to say it. For us, for us to be here today is because some of us are disabled. And when you go to the departments of the economic empowerment, no one holds our hands. And departments and doors are there, different departments, but people that are running those offices are not there. They are sitting in the corners and drinking teas and asking, what does he want? Oh, just tell him this. And he's being addressed by a security person in the office. My chair, it's painful. In closing, sorry. No, but this one, it's the pinch of everything. In time, is that my name, as I said, is Sylvester. I'm dyslexic. Being dyslexic as I am, I only to find out that it was difficult for me to be into the business, and then support is not there for dyslexic people. My chair, our emails, now we are depending on Grammarly, and then we are happy that there is an AI intelligence that helps us to fast-track the languages and other things. But no one cares about the disabled people. But it's there on a compliance that says that disabilities and all that. But when you go to the facilities, you only find people that will always be telling you, where are our fellow disabled people sitting in front desk, whereby now when we enter, they are the face of the companies to assist us as well, to understand where we are coming from. Thank you, my chair. We hope that we get a report on these things and we get the presentations as well.
Thank you very much. We take note of all of your comments and your questions, and we will react to it. But the department, we will hold them accountable to make sure that the problems that you are surfacing here are attended to properly. So we are going to just have the last three persons, and then we're going to do the presentation. And what I'm going to... I want to also ask the DDG to prepare on their side. I want them to come back here and explain in terms of the department, but also all the agencies, all the entities, what they are doing, what plans they have, and how this community can access it. Okay, the practical presentation will come now after this. Thank you. Make go ahead.
Goeiemiddag allemaal. Ik wil maar net komen uitvinden. Ons het epileptus gekregen voor Chabulani. Hoe werkt het? Dat is nu al 9 maanden geleden. Voor 3 jaar is ons, wacht ons voor die plek. En elke tijd als ons gaan, dan zit de story en is die en is die. So, ik wil maar net weten, wat maakt ons nou met die letters? Wat ons gekregen het, maar ons het nog niet ingemove nie.
Skus jy net vir my, dit gaan oor behuising.
Ja, oor housing.
Behuising.
Ja, nou ik wil maar net help vra asseblief.
Goed, ek sal vir een van die mense wat vir ons werk vra om jou kontakbesonderhede te kry en vir jou die antwoorde te kry, te gaan soek. Met wie jy kan skakel, hoor?
Baie dankie.
Goed, dankie.
Goedemiddag allemaal. Mijn naam is Jasmin Younes. Ik is een co-op in Zala Trading and Projects. Ja, die emoties is hoog hier vandaag, maar niettemin. Baie dankie dat die uitgekomen het, because nou kan ons tenminste onze grieven voorleggen en dat je vorentoe weet hoe om voor ons te kan helpen. Ik heb 2013 begonnen, 2012-13, met een dumpingplek. En uit die dumpingplek was daar om en bij sê 30, 40 jong mensen, wat baie van hulle vandag daar uit omdat hulle gehelp het en gewerk het, hulle werk vandag en hulle kan achter hulle self kyk. Maar die seerpaard is ek het self-sustained. Ek moes dit alles uit my eie sak uit doen. Toe het ek genader vir GEP en hulle het my die eerste help gegee, hulle vir my gereedskap. En toe ons moet na die tweede stap toe gaan, toe is daar nou die probleem daar wat ek weet nie, fraudulent of whatever, en dit het maar nou bietjie aangegaan. En dit het maar daar geëindig. Nietemin, toe gaan ek weer terug, want ek doen agriculture ook. Toe het ons gegaan na die kantoor anyway, toe sê hulle vir my, ek moet 'n lease kry. As ek 'n lease kry, dan kan hulle my ondersteun. Maar wat ek graag baie wil weet hierso en graag vir ons moet help kry omtrent dit. Hoe kan ons 'n dumpingspot skoonmaak en dan aan die einde van die dag het jy hoeveel mense daar? Miskien 20 mense, 30 mense. Hulle moet eet. Hulle kan ook nie verniet werk nie, because hulle is heel dag weg van die huis af. As hulle terug gaan huis toe, verwag die huis dat daar met daarom iets is op die tafel. So, daar is 'n red tape, because as jy terug gaan na GP toe, hulle sê vir jou, jy moet 'n lease hê om dit te kan doen. Goed, ek het genader daar in Bramfontein, toe gee hulle vir my sekere leeggronde, het ek teruggekom, na die councilor toe gegaan. Ek is so seer dat die councilor nie hier is vandag nie, maar nietemin, councilor sê vir my, nee, die grond en die grond en die grond is geallocate vir dit, is geallocate vir dat, is geallocate vir dit. So, hoe gaan ons agriculture uitbrei? Hoe gaan ons agriculture kan vooruitstrewend laat gaan, as ons nie 'n regte help kry nie? So, my vraag hier is regtig waar, GEP, help ons dat hy red tape kan weggaan. So as ons 'n dumpingspot kan skoonmaak, dat ons weet aan die einde van die dag, ons gaan ons mense betaal, ons gaan vir hulle iets gee om te eet, en hulle gaan gelukkig is. Want ek meen, dit is niks lekker vir ons nie, ons jeug gaan agteruit. Ek het omtrent 90 jeugkinders deur die welding skool gesit, en hulle is vooruitstrewend. Ek sê baie dankie vir God daarvoor. Maar nou, okay, daar is 'n bietjie 'n storie, want Mersita is 'n bietjie stadig met baie ander dinge. But nietemin, vir die agriculture days wat ek nou vra, kan die red tape weggevat word met die help van die councilor, maar nou ongelukkig is die councilor nou nie hier nie. Hy kan ons nou nie antwoord gee op daai nie. So, chairperson, daar is maar net 'n nederige aanvraag, en jammer vir al die emosies, ons vra maar, ek vra ook maar verskoning, ons is moeg, ons kan nie meer die aan uithou nie, ons kinders gaan baie agteruit, Ons as die ouer garde probeer ons se beste om ons kinders in toom te hou. En baie van ons jong mense is anders is competent, anders is bietjie skroom, anders gaan vorentoe, anders staan stil, anders is bang om iets te doen. Dis hoekom ons nog altyd staan en probeer ons se beste sodat ons se jeug kan 'n toekoms gee wat al so agteruit is. Daai is ons toekoms. Baie baie dankie, Chairperson.
Dankie mevrou, ons neem kennis.
Sanibonani. Good afternoon. Igama lami ngubheki wakwamavundla, community member of Ward 25 under Cambridge Kwaping. Mine is short. I'm one of the beneficiaries of Gauteng Enterprise Propeller, being an informal trader, barber shop. I'm doing a barber shop in my ward. We have about a group of 10 to 20, which I know we have grouped ourselves. Yes, I haven't registered yet as formal trader. I'm informal, but in about a month or 2 months ago, we were funded by Enterprise Propeller based in Maponya Mall, where we got that information via our ward councillor, ward committee member of economic development, where we got that information. We grouped ourselves and went to Maponya Mall GEP, where we were assisted by the lady Mam Sani. So I would like to thank their assistance. But the only challenge we have is about trading permits, even though we are not yet formalized. But we are here. I just wanted to say that, can we get more assistance going forward? And this trading permit thing, it's a little bit of a challenge. They tell us to go to Jabulani Mall when we go to, Jabulani UBC. When we get there, they tell us to go to Bramfontein. It's back and forth. So we have that challenge whereby we don't have paperwork to trade. When bylaws enforcers come, they just chase us. They say we are not permitted to do our barber shop or our stand selling sweets and everything there. But I'm happy GEP is helping us in our ward. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your contribution. We do take notes of these problems, and Mateman Fikwe comes up with a lot of solutions. I hear her talking next to me. so what we will do is, as a committee, we will take all of this in our the next meeting when we sit as a committee. We will discuss these matters, and we will engage then with the department to see how we can address all of these problems that you have raised today. So with that said, can the department please do the presentation on TEDA for us? Thank you very much.
Committee doing oversight over economic development and its entity. Portfolio Committee for Housing, which we call Human Settlements. Portfolio Committee for Health and Wellness. So the 10 MECs that we have, each has a portfolio committee. We are not responsible for the budget that the department has presented to you. We are not. We approved it, yes. The MEC came to the legislature, presented the whole budget of the Gauteng government. The legislature approved and voted on that budget. Then, in the engagement with the MEC for Finance, who fortunately is also our MEC for Economic Development, allocations were done to the 10 departments and their entities. Presented to the portfolio committees, we noted. They have spent from the 1st of April, the budget. The financial year of government of the province and national ends at the end of March, begins at the beginning of April. So from the 1st of April, they spent the budget that they presented to you.
when we bring them to different areas, we are acknowledging the fact that the budget is not for Eldorado Park, it's for Gauteng. The budget is for Tshwane, the budget is for Sidibeng, the budget is for Ekurhuleni, the budget is for Joburg, all in one pot. So we say to them, because that is what was approved, but as you present to Eldorado Park residents, tell us, what is it that you did within that Gauteng budget for Eldorado Park? That is why some of the presentations were clear. When we spoke, we listened. So we'd really appreciate that respect as well. That is why in some of the presentations, it was clear that there is work done for Eldorado Park. And you are saying to us, we want to know where exactly. That is what we are taking as the committee on your behalf, that when they come back to the committee, they must then say, given that question that was asked in Eldos, Matsidiso home-based care was given this amount of money. Albert manufacturing was given this amount of money. That is the information that we are collating on your behalf out of your questions, so that they give it to us and we can, at an appropriate time, come back and say, this is what we got from the department. But the budget that is presented cannot be about Eldorado Park only, because government approved a Gauteng budget. So part of our work is for them to say to all of us, including you, we were given 10 rands for Gauteng. We spent 8 rands on this and this and this in Tshwane, the Tazes that you are saying, why is it here? We are doing oversight over Tazes. They have to report to us and you about that work, because they are part of the department. So it can't be that you are coming here only and saying, don't talk about Tazes because it's in Tshwane. We are going to be found wanting by the Auditor General that we are not holding all facets of the department accountable. So we are not responsible for spending the money, it's them. So they must tell us what is it, to some of the questions that you are asking. So I thought, Chair, let's explain the difference between us and the department, so that when we leave here, all of us, we understand the role and duties of a portfolio committee. We are holding them accountable. We represent you because you voted for us. You voted for us, so we are sitting in the legislature on your behalf because you can't be sitting there. So that is why you vote for different parties. And different parties deploys people that they believe are capable enough to represent you. So we thought, let us clarify that, so that at least, because I picked up that when all of you were talking, you were like, Chai, why are you spending the money? We are not spending the money. We don't have the budget. It's sitting by the departments. So that is our role and responsibility. So the gentleman that asked for our email addresses and our cell numbers, no, that is not going to happen, because you can't hold us accountable for a budget that we don't know where it's sitting, and we know how it should be spent because we approved the plans. But then we want to know, why is there no GEP here in Eldorado Park? We can't answer that. The departments must do that. So we can give you our numbers because we want to communicate with you, but not for you to hold us accountable for the department's budgets. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Member Mfikwe, for that clarification. So yes, you can address me as the chairperson. I don't mind, because we are accountable to you as the members of the community and as the voters. As Member Mfikwe has indicated, we are here because of you. But then we must then hold the department accountable. And if you say to us that there's things not right, or there are not enough development taking place here, then we must hear you, and we must take that up with the department to see what we can do. And that's how important it is for us to engage with you. That's part of our democratic process. And we will be coming here every year, so we will try our best from our side to hold, not try, but we will hold the government accountable, but we will also try and push as far as we can that the funding that's available are used well, but also used for the people of Eldorado Park. So with that, you may continue then with the Township Economic Development Act presentation. This is an important presentation because it will also touch upon how this will affect, in a positive way, Eldorado Park. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Chair, for the Portfolio Committee, members of the Portfolio Committee, the department and all the officials from the department and the entities and the members of the community and the business people, religious, and all protocol observed. I'm here to present the TIDA Township Enterprise Development Act, normally called the TIDA. So basically, it's an implementation as to how, as a department, we've conceptualized implementing this legislation. Safe to say, we are currently in the process of revising. Applicants want to do, they will be situated at a specific area so that we know that in Eldorado, the economic activities, they are situated at this area. So basically, that will be the process that will be doing. And then all those who want to apply, we need to assist them in terms of the process and everything. So as the Gauteng Department of Economic Development, we need to develop a process that those stakeholders who want to apply, they can able to follow. In developing that process, we need to consider the interest of all the stakeholders that are key in that process. The first stakeholder that is key in that process are municipalities through their SALGA, just to make sure that all the municipalities are represented. They must tell us exactly to say if there is an area that has been identified to be an enterprise development zone, based on their bylaws and their processes, what are the things that needs to be prepared, or what are the things that the applicants need to comply with? So basically, all those things we are going to develop as the Gauteng Department of Economic Development, so that that process, it becomes clear and straightforward to all the potential applicant. And then from there, we are also going to develop a system now within the Department of Economic Development, because the Department of Economic Development will be receiving these applications, will be processing these applications, and then after processing, we'll therefore develop a memo recommending to our MEC whether to grant the Township Enterprise Zone or not. So that process is very, 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 very important to say applicants, they must understand the process and everything. There are two things that will be very key in terms of the MEC to grant or not to grant the Township Enterprise Zone. The first thing, if you have complied with all the things that the municipalities want and everyone wants, that process, and then from there, that thing, it should allow you so that we can grant the Township Enterprise Zone to you. If you've complied, and then that's one thing that will take to say then you qualify. The second thing, the community must support the establishment or that declaration of the Township Enterprise Zone. So all the applicants, if they can just make sure that they comply with the process and also they've got the support of the community, that should make their work much easier. And then now, after the Township Enterprise Zone has been declared by our MEC, we need to develop a business case. So the Department of Economic Development is going to develop a business case. The business case, it's going to look at the market. The market that we are focusing on is the public procurement. That's our market. So basically, they are going to look at the market. what type of infrastructure is needed there, what type of skill, machinery, technology, and all those things, the support that is needed for those that will be placed there, the township enterprise and everything, electricity, the zone need water and all those things. So that institution, according to the business plan that would be said, it must provide those activities, it must do that. And then the second thing, the enterprise...
On you, here where you are, where you live here in Eldorado Park and the adjacent areas. And we will also make sure that the information that you receive is focused on you. So you have received today a bird's eye view of the whole budget of Gauteng, which is not necessarily something that you wanted to hear, although it's interesting, because it's about what's happening here where you live. That's important. We do take note of that. And you're not the first community to tell us this. This is actually like a theme. At every meeting that we go to, we hear the same complaints. So we are addressing that. So I always say to the communities where we go to, as much as we try to give you information, you are also teaching us lessons in terms of how to engage with you properly in the future. So I really hope that in the next round we will be presenting the information to you in a way that's more relatable and it doesn't flood you with information that you don't have in hand. Okay, so we are addressing those matters. Now, that was the last presentation for the day. I thank the department for doing that. Can I just ask the department, for practical sake, DG, if you can have 1 or 2 persons from departments or entities that have active programs, that runs TIDA, that runs, like the GEP, that runs grant and loan programs and training programs. If 1 or 2 persons from those entities can just come explain what they're doing, what the various programs look like quickly, and then also impart information on how they can contact you to access these programs, because those are the important parts. And I know that people here have said they cannot access it. There's also a bunch of red tape. We must hear what those red tape problems are, but we will address that as well. So GGD, if I can just hand over to you in that respect, please. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I'm going to request that GEP takes us through the programs they cover. I also think that there is information that's relevant from the Gambling Board on their CSI programs, and maybe the Liquor Board, considering the emphasis on crime, because that the two tend to be linked together. So colleagues, can you please come forward? But whilst you are coming forward, I just want to add on the TIDA program, that the presentation that was made, we are scheduling working with yourselves to reach out or come to your areas to talk about several programs that we are busy implementing. So one of the programs that is being implemented right now is in relation to what is called high impact programs. In the presentation by the CFO that was mentioned, so we will do that. But I also want to suggest, ladies and gentlemen, that it works better if the community is organized into business associations. Because then when we meet you as a group, and we work with you as a group over time, and so on. One of the things we're taking away is that you want us to furnish the committee with the details and evidence of the people who've supported. We will do that, and that will be shared with your ward committee members or even MPLs that are deployed in this area so that you've got access to that information. Resources, yes, are limited, but we try our best to stretch them as much as possible. We are not going to reach everyone all at the same time, but we hear you. we are all under pressure to do as much as we can with limited resources. But thank you for your feedback. We take it seriously. We appreciate it. It helps us to improve so that when we come back next time, we have moved a step forward. Thank you very much for that. And I'll allow my colleagues to then take you through again the programs we offer as a department.
Thank you very much, DDG. Ek wil net noem in verband met 'n paar van die ander kwessies wat julle aangeraak het, soos taal. Ek weet ons het nie vandag alles in Afrikaans aangebied nie. Nie almal wat in die departement werk kan Afrikaans praat of 'n ander taal noodwendig praat nie. So ons het hierdie vertalingsdienste hierso. So indien julle graag in Afrikaans wil hoor wat daar gesê word, terwyl die aanbieding in Engels is julle baie welkom om hierdie vertalingsdienste te gebruik. Dis 'n apparaat wat jy sit oorfone aan en so klein dingetjies soos hierdie, hy lyk soos die. En hy het verskillende kanale en dan gaan jy net na die Afrikaanse kanaal toe. Of as jy graag Zulu wil hoor of Xhosa, daar's ook kanale daarvoor. So ons maak voorsiening daarvoor. En dan ook belangrik die opening. As gevra dat ons met gebed moet open. Ons het nie 'n probleem om dit te doen nie. Ons het net nie daaraan gedink nie, omdat ons het verskillende agtergronde het. Party mense is van verskillende religieuse agtergronde, van verskillende godsdienste. So wat ons gewoonlik in die wetgewer doen as ons open daarso, dan hou ons 'n minuut van stilte. Maar vir party mense is dit nie genoeg nie, want hulle sê die gemeenskap moet erken word in terme van die gemeenskap se eie kulturele waardes en godsdiens. So ons het nie 'n probleem om te open met gebed nie. Ons het net nie iemand in die begin gehad, wat gesê het hulle wil graag dit doen nie, maar ons sal dit in ag neem in die toekoms. Goed, kom ons gee geleentheid vir 'n aanbieding dan van GEP. Ek sien die hande, ek sal nou vat, hoor. Net gou hier klaarmaak. Dankie.
The support instrument of GEP in terms of the loan funding support. Our loan funding support, we said the maximum is about 5 million rand. It's priced at a rate of prime. For any other loan that you may require for your business. And more importantly, this is opportunities available to people of Eldorado. You have access to this, but our services are demand-based. You put in your application for a loan. We've got a service desk there outside at the back. You can be able to go and speak to the regional manager and the staff of the Gauteng Enterprise Propeller that is responsible for this region. And I indicated as well that for youth of this area, we've got a youth fund, which we made sure that in its design that is affordable to youth, and we've blended it to be 50% grant and 50% loan. But whenever you're looking for a loan, you must know that you have to pay it back. So it's important then that you make sure that your business will be able to have a consistent cash flow, because you have to pay it installment and on monthly basis. Just by us coming here, we've already done certain part of development, because now you know that GEP has a loan and also has a grant. You can make a decision whether my business needs a loan or a grant, because if your business doesn't have a consistent cash flow, you don't have a proper market for intervention like it was stated here. So if it's something different, you can come back that will show that your business, you've utilized the first service appropriately and you've grown your business. Now you need to move to the next level. Then GEP will be able to assist you. And also, we've got grants and we've got loans. So it is also possible to graduate from a grant. You started with a grant, and now now you've got a business that can really now is bankable, and you can be able to afford to pay a loan. Now you can graduate and apply for a specific loan. Even with training, people have indicated here that they need upskilling. GEP, you can be assisted with entrepreneurial skills. But if you look at the development space, it's not only GEP who will solve your problems. There are other problems that are solved by different development actors. For instance, if you need artisanal training, there are a lot of other SITA-funded programs that are solving that. But you come to GEP then at a stage where you said, now I've learned this skill. I need now to commercialize this skill. GEP, how can you help me to turn this skill into a business venture? Then that's where GEP will come in and assist you. We do also partner with those skills development players like SITAs, and we've got programs that we're running with them. So come to GEP with your need and allow GEP to assist in working with you and other players to solve your need. Thank you, Chair. I will end there for GEP.
Thank you very much. Goed, is julle meer gelukkig? Is 'n bietjie meer inligting vir julle wat relevant is? Goed. Thank you very much. You may continue.
Thank you, Chair, and the members. So, from maybe a Gauteng Gambling Board, Chair, maybe the program that we have not really maybe highlighted much, which really benefit our communities, is the introduction of smaller players into the industry so that they benefit. So we have a program where if you have a pub or you have a small shop, you can apply through 5 companies that were given licenses to issue machines. You can get 2 to 5 machines in your shop, and those machines you can benefit from the game. These machines or these companies, the information is on our website, but to assist our communities, these companies, they make the application for you, so they assist with the compliance of the application. They prepare the application for you. These companies as well, they bring the machine for you. You don't have to pay anything. And after they've brought the machines, they will work with you on a profit sharing. So as a community, they even brand, they even do partitions for you. And that's part of the license we have given them. So, Chair, this information is on our website, but some of them, I'm sure communities will have seen signs on hot slots, grand gaming, V-slots. All those companies, they are an extension of Gauteng Gambling Board to bring our communities to benefit in this industry. The second program that we assist the community with, Chair, it's relating to the Sports Development Fund, where once per year we will open a window for applications from NPOs, NGOs, and non-profit companies, where they will apply, or communities will apply to say, we have a need or we have identified this opportunity and will want you to assist us on these issues, including those sports facilities. So that project, Chair, because sports is not necessarily our mandate, we are assisting. We are trying to spread, obviously, within Gauteng, within the 5 regions of Gauteng, and as and when the years goes, we try to make sure that we move to new communities. That application we advertise on the newspapers. It's on our website. You can go to Gauteng Gambling Board website to get the information, what will be the requirements for you to apply and what will be required. Thanks, Chair.
Right, thank you very much. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Chair, and good afternoon to honorable members, and good afternoon to the community of Eldorado Park. My name is James Soa, and I'm from the Innovation Hub, a subsidiary of the GGDA. And I'm responsible for the program called the ECASI Labs program, which operates mostly in the townships of Gauteng, and we are currently operational in 10 of the townships. And the closest ECASI lab that we have from Eldorado Park is in Soweto. So in terms of our offering, we provide business development support, and we link up young people to economic opportunities such as learnerships and internships and skills development. So from our program, we assist company from prototype stage. So a person comes through our program with a concept, and we are able to assist them to build a prototype. And from prototype, we are able to assist them to take that to the market up until the company would graduate out of the program. We provide mentorship, both business and technical mentorship to companies. We provide access to market opportunities. As the Innovation Hub, we host a number of networking events opportunity where our SMMEs get to showcase their innovations and products. And internally, we also have grant funding, a little bit of grant funding that we provide as and when it's available. And you only get this when you're in the program. So you have to present your idea to us in order to be included in the program, and that's the only time that you'll get our grant funding internally. We facilitate a lot of external funding through other entities and private sector. So once a company is in our programs, they're able to be linked up with your IDC, your DTIC, your NEF, in order for them to get support, financial support. In terms of this area, in the past, we have recruited some companies from the Eldorado Park area, where we've given them support. And as we speak, I think we had 10 that we incubated, and some had to get out of the program for various reasons. Some, they would opt out, because with us, our program, we are in for a long haul. We are not a short-term program where you can come in today, get services, and then you are good, and then you go. So with us, you have to be in for a very long time. So people in the process would exit for various reasons. Some opt out, some because they are not committed would decide to exit them. In terms of this area, the plan, I know we've got a business compliance workshop that we are going to be hosting with the Opportunity Center. We've got some outreach programs that we are working on. We've got a hackathon on Internet of Things that we're going to be having in this area as well. So in brief, yeah, that's what we do as ECASI program. And like I said, the closest one is in Soweto at the empowerment zone, but we also have the one in Sebokeng at VUT. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I must say, ECASI Labs does a lot of work to help entrepreneurs get their products developed and get them into the market. So please make use of that. Thank you very much. Yes, thank you. You may go ahead.
Thank you, Committee Chair. Good afternoon, honorable members, management from the department. My name is Tsapa Mokhatla. I'm an economic development facilitator responsible for Greater Johannesburg. So a lot of the SMMEs this is the face that they would actually see when they need assistance in the department. Our office is at 56 Main, but I'm always on the street. I prefer going to where SMMEs exist. I just want to give a quick names of the SMEs that was spoken about in the presentation with that benefited from the partnership that we had with Coca-Cola called Business in the Box. There's 13 beneficiaries that we have in the Eldorado Park area. It's papas and mamas. We had Samaya General Dealer, Ometh CGS, Dolly's Busy Spot. We had Maoli's Takeaway, Auntie B's Takeaway, Auntie Steph's, Kaz Takeaways, Neoli Projects, Didila's Bakery, Phyllis Foods, and Jade's Takeaway. So those are the ones that were spoken about in the presentation. And the other support that we gave is support to Kyle Bakery. It's in Klipspruit West. With them, in partnership with Coca-Cola, what we did is that we built a full bakery. They are running a foundation that helps women that are victims of abuse. So what we helped with them so that they can have a sustainable model for their NGO. We helped them in partnership with Coca-Cola build a full bakery and also gave them 5 mobile trailers so that they can actually have a wider access to market for their bakery. So that's the 600,000 program that they are speaking about in the presentation. Right now, as it stands, the model of the program. Remember, Coca-Cola is a private entity that we partnered with. They've changed the model, and we are in negotiation to say how best do we reframe the model that we have of partnership with them to ensure that we have a higher impact. My unit in the department, we understand that government doesn't have enough resources internally. I'm in a unit called Strategic Partnerships and Special Projects. So what we do is we create partnerships with external stakeholders to ensure that we can maximize the impact of service delivery in the department. And yeah, I don't know if it's okay, Chair, to take advantage of the platform, because normally I give out my contacts to SMMEs, because in as much as we can have 500 SMMEs in the t-shirt industry, all the businesses are in different business levels, their challenges are different. So what I would do is I would look at the individual business to say how best do we ensure that you link with the right resources for your business to be assisted and to be able to flourish. Can I share the number? Yeah, my cell number is 066 486 0480. 066 486 0480. And I would also like to request, because most of the time we are in sessions where we're doing presentations. If you call and I don't answer, please leave me at least a WhatsApp. In the WhatsApp, all I need is your name, surname, the name of your business, and the assistance that you need. And then it becomes easy for me to say the direct response when I get a chance to go through my text. This is the person that you need to speak to. And sometimes the situations where we get people in the NGO spaces as well that need assistance. If you are specific about the assistance you need, at least if it's not going to be coming from the department, I will make sure that I link you with the right door. So please make sure that Tsapang. My name is Tsapang Mokhatla. And even in the last week, it's not reported in the presentation that was done now, but just a week ago we had a session where we were doing information sharing session with the youth entities in Eldorado Park. It's continuous work that we are doing, but what we would report on the actual successes of the applications. I have a wider reach. There are some SMMEs here that have my contacts that we are still in process of trying to support. Yeah, I think I'll end there. And over and above the work that is being done by the province as well, Chair, because we can't report on work that we are doing in the IGR process. We work with the city of Joburg. There's an opportunity center right here where we are right now. The manager is called Neo. So if there's any assistance that you need nearer to you, you can also engage with me. I can link you up with him so that we can make sure that we have service delivery moving faster. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mokhatla. So you have his cell number. Don't spam him with jokes and all funny memes and stuff. Use it for building your business, please. I think we have our last presentation now. Is that right? Or is that everyone? DG? We're done. Okay, wonderful. Right. So, thank you for your participation today. we did listen to what you have to say. We will take it back into our committee meetings. We will deal with it there, and we will engage with the department to see how we can assist you here in Eldorado Park, that there's real development taking place. I think that DDG, when your agencies are busy here, even though they might not have a success story yet, I think in a presentation going forward, it's important that they show that they were here, because reaching out to the community is part of the mandate, and if the community knows that they were here, then they also feel that they are not left out. So Mr. Magatla did indicate they were here, but it wasn't part of the presentation, so that's important to include. Let me just see. So we are done with our meeting for today, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just see. We do have just 2 matters for the committee to take note of. So in terms of our work, the NCOP, we've got no NCOP work that's left. Petitions, we will consider petitions on the 9th of July. Going forward, there are no other outstanding matters that we need to attend to. And that our next meeting will be on the 9th of July 2025. 9th of July at the Silver Star Casino, West Rand Eldorado Park will be the focus of our meeting there. So with that, thank you very much, members of community. Yes?
Chair. Chair.
Oh.
Apology.
Yes.
If I may, if I can just have 2 minutes.
Yes, the members are more than welcome to say something as well.
Yes.
But before you say something, let's just hear what the lady has to say, because her hand was up, and there's another hand. And then we close off on the community participation. Thank you.
Chair and honourable members. Thank you. There's only one thing that I need some clarification on. First of all, I want to know about the loan. Is that interest-free or must be paid back with interest? Because you know, you hear from people here, now they give you the loan, but it's interest-free or what?
Yeah,
Can somebody answer my question?
They're over there, the department. Maybe they can quickly just answer you.
Okay.
Can somebody just quickly take the mic and just answer on the loan terms? Yeah. I want to ask the members of the audience. I just want to also say that once the meeting is over, the department and their people are here, so you can also engage with them directly. Okay, thank you.
The loan is priced at prime. I think I did say that. It's not interest-free. It's at prime. It's mostly the lowest you'll ever find in the market. It's prime.
Thank you so much. And then another thing that bothers me is, with all due respect, I love the youth. I've also got children, and I've got 2 grandchildren as well. I love the youth. But everything is always aimed at the youth. Youth empowerment, and youth empowerment. What about the people? And the youth, they always fall under the age category of between 18 and 35. When you go and knock on a business door, you're looking for a job, you're older than 35, they tell you you're not a young person anymore. So I want to know, what happens to those people? Do you know this? I like to call it the forgotten age, the forgotten nation. The people that's aged between 36 and 59 years of age. You're too old to get a job, and you are, and too young to get SASSA. So I want to know, you people must not just concentrate on the youth. I'm not jealous of the youth. I've been young myself, been there, done that, cried about it many times. But I want to know, please, honourable members and also the chairperson, concentrate on that category, the age category as well, between 36 and 59. And then, do you know, please, members, if you can kindly look into that for, not just for me, for everybody else now.
I'm a pensioner today, but do you know, it's so easy for you to give me a loan and start a business. But then SASSA comes along and they're busy with that process now, where they deregister people from SASSA because they've got a business. I mean, you cannot survive on 2,300 rand alone. You cannot. You must pay rates and taxes. If you have a property, you must pay water and lights. You must pay all the municipality bills. And also, you must feed your people. Especially me, in this instance, I can use myself. I've got a sickly husband that's got Alzheimer's and dementia for 8 years already. I have to cater for him. I have to cater for 3 unemployed boys or sons. They don't get work for 7 years already. Yet, they are responsible members of the community. They don't give trouble, they don't go to jail every time and this and that, but they cannot find work. So it's not just about the youth and about, check all the age groups first of all, and check also why, about the SASSA people. Why are they going into the SASSA peoples and deregister them or take away the SASSAs because they've got business or they've got maybe rentals and this and that and this and that. Like me, I've got rentals. I'll be quite, now because I'm getting that, they want to take away my SASSA. Is that right or fair on me? It's like the 370. They like my sons. 2 of my sons have been declined. You know why? Because I put some money in of my rental money for my DSTV in my one son's Capitec account. They declined him. They said he's got, there's 600 rand going in your account every month, which means you got the second income. He doesn't get farm. He was getting, the 370 grant. He got it only for the first year. After they never got it again because of the 600 rand. I mean, really now, if you people can look into all these things, with all due respect, it is not that I want the grant. If they want to take my SASSA grant away, then so be it. But they must give me valid reasons as to why they do that.
Yeah, we will look at that interaction then.
And also, even though I might not look like it, but I've also got ideas if you people want to get more money into and start coffers. If you want to attract more money, to get more money. I can give you people ideas. What about these buildings? Why these buildings in town? Why are they empty? Why are they've been damaged or vandalized? Why don't you people fix them? Put many of resources people and put them in there and get rent from them. Half a loaf of bread is better than nothing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And also the SASSA members, sorry that I'm speaking so long, and also the SASSA members, why don't you, instead of them increasing them, give them twice a year, you give them an increase. Why don't you take a 50 rand or 100 rand from that money of theirs and then pay it towards the electricity bills and this and that? No, they want thousands from them. How must that people live? Please look at that all. Thank you so much.
Ons sal daarna kyk mevrou.
Thank you.
100%.
Thank you,
Ons verstaan die goed het 'n effek op mekaar.
Goeiemôre, good afternoon, Sambonani, Dumelang, Godsama, Weni, Absheni, Ndamala, Bongwe, Assalamu alaikum. My name is Imran Phillips. I greet you in the name of God. Thank you to the Portfolio Committee for coming. I'm a member of the ANC in good standing and a member of the Great Eldorado Park Housing Task Team. I'm disappointed that Human Settlements is not here. We've been working with them since the 8th of May 2017 with regards to the building of houses. They said they would come. They gave us a beneficiary document on the 11th of April 2018 and said that it will come the next day, bringing only the cranes that we don't have. The rest will be the youth. We are about integrated communities, umuntu kabantu. And we don't only think about Eldorado Park, but we think about Slovo Park, as they also assisted us with that, and Freedom Park. We thank you for coming. Our youth are going through great adversity. Dire poverty is what this community is all about. And we are seeking solutions. We are about solutions, self-sustainable development programs. The 27 billion we gave birth to, it was brought by Dikgang Uhuru Mohile. He was the head of COCTA, and he came with a document that day that he left, and he said, this is what Eldorado Park gave birth to for the Rainbow Nation from Lufereng up to Sedibeng. And now we are being threatened, some of our members are being threatened, they're going to kill them. We all must die, but not now. We are looking forward to working together. We are looking forward to the Rainbow Nation to build those houses, to empower the youth, and we are going to look at you. And we're asking you, thank you, Mr. Chibai, dankie, ons waardeer dit regtig baie. Praise uNkulunkulu, ja, thanda sonke vele. But we are committed and we are united, so help us God. Amandla, Ubuntu, thank you.
Thank you. Baie dankie meneer, dis reg. En maak kontak met die departement se mense om as jy direk met hulle wil gesels. Hulle is hierso vandag, hoor. Thank you very much. So I'm just going to give the members an opportunity if they want to say something. Member Abrams, you had your hand up. Thank you.
Yes, good afternoon, goeiemiddag. Thank you, Chair. Appreciate the opportunity. I'll be quick. I know we're against time. I actually just want to address this to the department. This last week we were in Easterus, and I think it's relevant to state that we need the presentations to be personalized accordingly to the area that we are visiting. There's really a big cry out, and I want to thank the department as well for their commitment. The colored communities has been neglected for years. For years and years. And on that, I would just like to maybe just give you a little bit of a direction, what your approach need to be when coming and presenting to these long outstanding neglected communities, is that we must come with a deliverance solution, a resolution presentation to them. Let's avoid the high-end presentation. We understand that, but we need to speak to the communities as such. We need to come to the community and say, we, number one, need to have the ward councillors, keep them accountable. The ward councillors are also part of the areas that's being neglected. Department, it's not just yourself. The ward councillors has got responsibilities, they've got budgets, and they shift the blame to you as the department. Yes, we as a committee from legislator, ons hou die department accountable. And it is important that the department comes, when we go to the next, we've got Enedal, we've got Reiger Park, we've got so many other communities we need to go and address, is to come and say, what is the involvement of the SAPS? What is the involvement with the investment stakeholders? What is the involvement with youth skill development centers? Because that will speak to the communities. Remember, unfortunately, the colored communities are being labeled as high-risk areas, but it's not, or high-crime areas. It is not. And I know that the Department of Economics is really trying, but you can't do it alone. Involve the ward councillors, involve public safety, involve the MMCs, keep them accountable. We need to work on a resolution of 0 to 6 months. What solutions are we going to bring to the communities? Then we need to come to the community and say, for the next 12 to 24 months, this is what we are planning on doing. Just one last point. The bakery was established here in Eldorado Park. There was only a minimal amount that was invested in that community. Minimal job creation was done. The department was only made aware and only got involved just before it was almost vandalized and it burned down. So let's not waste the monies that you've also invested on that. To the community, please note, we will keep the department accountable. In the next 12 months, they need to give us a resolution. What has been done, we need to see it factually, not just on paper. Thank you. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much. Right. Member Evans? That's the last member then. Thank you.
Baie dankie, Honorable Abrams. Wat jy gesê het, is regtig diep vir ons gemeenskap. Eldorado Park en baie ander kleerlinggemeenskappe het ons gangsterism. Nou, ek gaan hom met oorskakel Engels te né? To the gambling department, to the gambling board. Do you guys realize that we have youth playing dice during school hours? And that is part, and it has always been part of gangsterism. Imagine a husband goes home without money on a Friday night because he turned to the gambling table first with the hopes that he would make a little bit of money extra, and he goes home with nothing. Social ills starts there as well because he's frustrated, he can't provide, he hits the woman and the children. So are there any plans, or can I ask if any plans can be made with regard to dice? Our youth throws dice. They throw dice and they stab and shoot each other when they don't win. It's actually something very, very serious in our colored communities. You guys know I've always professed about colored communities, and I must say thank you to all the departments that actually came out. I really and truly appreciate it. To our tourism board, we've got in Eldorado Park a small place called Go Green, Go Clean. Did you know about that? Go Green, Go Clean. It was a dump site, also cleaned by community members, and they're using that now as a tourist attraction. In fact, we've had overseas visitors going there. So, are you aware that there is such a little spot in our colored community? And if not, I'll give you the details of the gentleman that contacted me. Today says, are there any plans in place to improve or expand SMME participation going forward? And you've had your cost contract escalations, right? What contracts contributed to the increased expenditure? Did you see this cost increase coming? Or were they included in your MTEF planning? To check 51% black-owned businesses. I'd like to know if there are any colored communities counted in this percentage. And if so, can we have a list? But this question now goes to all the departments. Can we have a list of all your colored community beneficiaries? Like your bakery that you said here, could we have a list of the names? And can we please have the addresses? I'd like to go and do oversight to all of them. To check again, slide 13, 14, 15, and 16. Once again, there are only a few colored communities mentioned on all these slides. Are there plans in place to include more colored communities in the new future? I thank you, Chair.
Chair, thank you, Member Evans. Yes. Member Ali, the last member, and then we will conclude today. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Chair, I just wanted to make an observation. Throughout the presentations and throughout the questions from the communities, many people have thanked us for coming. But I wanted to change that a little bit and thank the community for coming out.
Yes.
I think it's very important that you make your voices heard